And who are you that would dare enter my courts unannounced? Let's hope your manners are as shiny as your sword. For you gaze upon the Shadow Queen, and I do not know what trickery has guided you here. But if you have come to stop me, your efforts are futile. I will take what is rightfully mine, and those who would stand in my way will find there are far worse things than death. But do not fret, my noble wanderer, for I am a gracious host. So stay, but do not stray far from my courts, for I may have use for you yet.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to a Monday evening here on Kobold Press, where we are back for another session of Courts of the Shadow Fae. I have a full table of players tonight, which is really good, because last week got weird. Really, really weird without Lark's, very poignant,
It's always weird when I'm not around.
So it got a little strange.
No one to wrangle us.
Yeah, nobody to wrangle and keep the crew on track.
Wait, I'm the wrangler? That's terrible. You should all be ashamed. Do better, sweetie.
Well, I guess we'll figure out what we're down here in just a second. But first, let's let them introduce themselves. We'll make announcements at the end. Stick around. We've got a ton happening here on Kobold Press. But announcements for the end. I want to know who y'all are. Let everybody know. Let's go backwards. That means you're up.
Hey, alrighty. Hi, everybody. I'm Okenyu. You can find me online at DM Jazzy Hymns, and I am playing. I use he/him pronouns, as does my character, Vanin Kanan Shalos, our high elf wizard and cleric of Sarastra, the Shadow Queen. For now, anyway. I don't know. Got weird last week. We'll see.
Might have learned some stuff, changed some thoughts, made you want to switch sides. Rocket Fox.
Yes. Hello, everybody. I am Rocket Fox, and I am playing Seraphim Thimbleweed, your friendly, for the most part, all-seed druid who, has only unleashed some rabid squirrels in this realm and, had made a giant scorpion and may have brought back a couple guys here. I'm sure they don't really matter, but, it's fine. It's fine. And, also for anyone, my every week explanation for anyone who is not yet familiar with an all seed, it's basically a centaur, except where all the horse parts are, those are deer parts. And where all the people parts are, those are still people parts.
How medical and clinical of you. Thank you for that explanation.
I am basically a scientist.
Save us, Cord.
Hi, everyone. It's me, Cord, or Mythomatic. I am a dungeon master of Spellwind on Table Story. I've shaved my mustache, and it feels weird. I play Theoden Selvier. He goes by he, him, as well as me. He's a lover of all things, and so am I. So he's a bard and shadow. He's Shadow Fae, and he's like a dark romantic poet bard. That's me. Save us, Effie.
Hello, I'm Sephi, aka Persephoroth, and I am playing Lark Grail, she, her pronouns, just like me, and I clearly am the wrangler of this group, and I am an Oray nymph with white hair, usually white markings on my face. I'm not dressed up this week, forgive me.
How dare you?
But I can't wait to see what tomfoolery I've walked into this time because of these fools.
Well. Well, let's do that. Y'all, I'm Dot. I'll be your GM
I did
tonight.
not like that pause. I did not like that.
We'll get there.
I feel like that doesn't bode well. I feel like it.
Oh boy.
It was there were some choices made, and there's now more room for more choices. Is all that I can say. But I'm Dot, your GM. I use she, her pronouns. You can, you can hang in there because today's going to be a decision because we're coming to the close of the mission. The mission that they've been on for almost 2 seasons now, which is to gain court with the Queen of Night and Magic. And when they did, to ask her to please leave the free city of Zobeck free. She said under a single condition, which is that they bring back the Orb of Rule from the Moonlit King.
I have a question, actually. For real, though, how many of us actually give a shit about Zobeck?
I
think
do
a
little
couple
bit, but-
people were planning to stay in the Shadow Realm, weren't they?
This is home for me, so Zobeck Schmobeck?
Yeah, I mean, look, I'm not gonna that's not the hill I'm dying on if I have to be honest.
Yeah.
I'm not sure that Vannon realizes that yet. He's very busy thinking about
I don't
other
want them
things,
to be
but,
I don't want them to suffer and be enslaved or whatever,
No,
but
of course not.
I that's something I don't want for anyone.
Right. I would
Yeah,
say
we got ideas and choices.
it did help you gain entrance to the plane of shadows, which is
Right.
very
That's
difficult.
true.
And I feel like
Right.
maybe the
good
only
point.
person that cared about Zobeck is our dear Allseed
dear
over
dear.
there. Yeah, our dear
dear.
our dear
Our
dear.
dear,
It's
dear.
me.
And the rest of you were simply interested in gaining court and potentially favor with the queen.
And for what it's worth, Seraphim is doing the worst in court, so that's showing.
That's true.
Well, I guess regardless of whether you care about the free city of Zobeck staying free, the fact of the matter is you're standing
Right.
finally inside of the king's tower that sits in the middle of this kind of confusing and mysterious labyrinth where you've done everything from speak to blind people to kill an eye golem. You also kind of talked your way out of a combat with what was it? The nymph. Was it a nymph? What was it for Seraphim?
Everything.
It was everything.
A dryad.
Oh!
The dryad, yes. You talked your way out of a
Yes.
The
very
dryad,
serious
yes.
combat with the dryad. But all of that to be said, you now are here. And last week, at the very top, our dear Lark went missing. We found out
Again.
that again. Dun dun dun. The strange celestial that was brought here to complete actually a spell by Seraphim decided to play a little trick to gain some information, to figure out what was going on, but to do so she had to take Lark's place momentarily, and so she put Lark where she was, which was standing inside of the king's chambers in the bottom floor of the exact tower you were trying to climb. This time you are on the wrong side of the glass. The inside, that is, facing the throne room. You hear some muttering from your party way up on maybe the second or third floor, but they're on the other side of this dense moonbeam wall that you actually ran into as a T-Rex, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
What happened? Did I see this thing switch with me, or am I just suddenly here?
You kind of got the glitter dust type thing, and before you knew it, I remember you were kind of perched on one of those rotted out beams, and before you knew it, there was the giggle of the creature, and you just kind of poofed, and now you're here, and you can see the rest of the kind of magical dust from the air settle.
What just happened? Do I see anything in the throne room?
When you spin around, on the throne itself is the Moonlit King. He sits there, almost crystalline in nature. His facade not entirely solid to some degree. I wouldn't say completely transparent, but he looks as if he is not what he once was, a shadow of himself. And in fact, cast on the wall from the massive moonbeam in front is a big shadow of himself. It hovers over him.
Really? Is this it?
He stands. In his hand is the Orb of Rule. It is rather large, orb, very different from the one that the little gnomish guy was carrying, the Darrow. Kind of dense. And he stands, and you see a smile creep across his face, as if he is amused in some way by you being here.
You certainly let yourself go, haven't you, Your Majesty? Pull yourself together.
I am so pleased to meet you. How is it you found your way on this side of my wall?
A mystery for us both, I'm afraid.
Come closer. I shall look at you.
Do your eyes not work at a distance? She comes closer anyway.
It is strange to me that for so long I have sought someone to slay him. And you so willingly did it for nothing.
Oh, you mean Mr. Eiffel?
No,
Yeah, sorry,
no.
I don't like being stared at that much.
That was simply my pet. The other king. The demon
The other
lord
king.
of roaches. Walked
Oh,
amongst
him.
my garden, and you, Lark Grail, slew him.
To be fair, I would have done it for nothing anyway. He was disgusting.
Precisely my point.
You know your wife wanted to marry your daughter to him, right?
My daughter. She is long gone from the plane of shadows.
What?
Gone, banished. How long
By
have
who?
you
By
walked
your...
in the labyrinth?
You know as well as I that time is strange here. I do not know.
My wife works quickly when she is upset. My daughter is gone from the plane of shadows, banished to the city which you tried to save. I can help you. I can help you.
She's in Zobeck, then.
Yes.
I'll be completely honest with you, my king. I don't think your wife gives a damn about that city.
She
Nor you.
does not care for any of us, only herself. It is her. She put me here. She put me here. He looks over.
And we'll simply have to find you a way out, won't we?
He looks over his shoulder at this shadow on the wall and whispers and talks to it, saying things like, "Hush, you know nothing," as if it speaks to him in a certain way.
My king, I know that you're mad. But I also know that it's likely something the queen or this place did to you.
Yes, you have to help me. You have to help me. You and your friends.
Why should we? Why should we help the royals that turn this place to and fro and allow good people to be banished to the labyrinth, to be blinded?
I am trapped here in my own fate. You will help me. They can help me.
It will cost you.
What is your price?
I want your wife's job.
I cannot grant such a wish.
I didn't think
But
so.
I can, and you can see he like struggles for a second, as if he tries to say something, but can't get it out, as if it lodges itself in his throat.
Whatever curse has been laid upon you is likely tied to your position as a Moonlight King.
He points at you, and he points at the shadow, and he holds this giant orb, and then you can see in his pocket he's got another much smaller one. And he speaks into it for a second. He whispers a few things. And you hear him say your name. And he puts it back into his pocket. And he spins around again to you. Five questions I have for you. Answer them right.
I will answer them if I can.
Yes. Yes. Answer the questions. Answer the questions. And he begins pacing back and forth as if he wants to get the wording just right. And he says to you, how long has my bride ruled this realm? You can make an intelligence check, history if you have it.
Oh God!
You need to get
this is my lowest score.
3 of 5
Besides strength.
successes.
Oh God, I'm gonna fail. Okay.
Okay, that's all right. What do you say to him?
Hold on, I don't know what my score is.
You got a 3. So,
Joy.
yeah, you know she's ruled a long time. That's it. You don't know exactly how long. She's ruled a long time.
Your Majesty, were I privy to that answer, I would need a much longer life, and also to be privy to the Queen's secrets. You know as well as I that she doesn't like people knowing how long she's ruled.
Trifles, you know nothing. Next question. Who brought this madness upon me? You can roll a charisma persuasion check. I feel like this one may be better for you.
Yeah!
Okay. At a 16, you would know, based on who he's talked about, it either has to be his wife or it has to be the Demon Lord of Roaches. You don't know which one, but one of the two of them have made this, his current state, possible.
The Queen.
Wrong! Wrong!
Wait. Do you refer to your state trapped here or your madness?
Madness.
Then the Roach King.
Yes! Yes! It was the Roach King. Correct. Who sent you here?
Technically? Oh, that is a difficult answer. Depending on your point of view, it could be the Roach King, the Queen, or her son.
You can roll a charisma deception to see if you know who actually sent you here. See how well you know. Okay. I mean, you're right. What you just said is right. Like, the Queen technically sent you here, but any of those people, all of those people have interest in all of you coming here.
Yeah. There are 3 answers that are equally as correct. The Queen, the Black Prince, and the Demon King of Roaches.
Oh, so close, but wrong again.
How am I wrong?
Are you a traitor sent? Are you a traitor sent by my wife, trapped here with me forever?
I hate your wife.
Yes, you hate my wife. Well, unfortunately, you failed my questions, Lark Grail. So I will give you and your friends a chance to take what they seek. Lark, roll a perception.
$17.
You see, he right before he gets up to stand, you see a tiny little, like, it almost looks like a baby's hand, kind of like a cherub hand, reach around with little glimmering light and pluck from his jacket as he stands up one of his buttons, and the hand disappears behind the
Wait. I want to do something.
Okay.
I want to do something. Okay, hold up. Because I saw that. And I want to cast Black Ribbons.
Okay, you're gonna try to harm.
Capture it.
Okay.
Restrained. Dexterity saving throw.
Okay. This is gonna be interesting. Let me see if I can. I might have to pull this because I don't know what. Yes. Interesting. Tell me what proficiency I have as a celestial. Tell me the good things. Languages. Okay, so nothing extreme. All right, so then we will roll as... That's what I want. All right, we'll roll from the Celestial Spirit character sheet. That seems appropriate. Since this little cherub cutie here is trying to just take what she feels like is rightfully hers. Here we go. Failure. But super fail. Does not see it coming. You want to bind it.
Yes, it becomes restrained.
Yeah. You hear something kind of thud behind the throne.
I pull it towards me.
You rip it around, kind of whip it around the throne, and slides across the floor between you and the king. It's almost like a glowing orb of light. It's like this big, but you can see faintly through the brightness of it the creature underneath, which looks like a strange kind of cute celestial creature. It has like little wings and the whole nine.
Hold, my king. It appears we have a guest. Does it not?
I invited no one. What a strange celestial. The last ones I kept outside. We plucked their wings.
Oh, so you did that.
Me, my son.
I walk over to the Celestial. And I pluck the button from it.
That belongs to me. Stop.
I pocket it.
Wait.
If you wish to live any longer, I suggest you give me the answers that I seek, little one.
Threaten me, but your friends, they like me. They sent me here.
My friends also have a fondness for people that I don't like, and we are allowed to have differing opinions.
Did you know, King? They're here to steal your orb.
I grab the Celestial, and I slam it into the bottle that held dust.
Oh!
Cap it.
Oh, please, don't hurt me anymore. Please, don't hurt me.
Stay there and talk when you're told. King,
Yes.
I may have answered your questions incorrectly, but I don't care. I take 2 steps towards him. What I care about is that either this realm changes or I leave with my parents. I give a damn about nothing else. Not you, nor your wife's paltry games.
Leave. This I can help with. Parents can help. Can. Will. I told your friends after they reached the top floor that they could meet me here. They should be knocking any minute.
1 second. I want to do something else. I think I'm about to make a bad decision.
Oh, yes.
Like a very bad. Oh God, Zoom, stop. Okay.
Yay!
Very bad decision incoming. Okay. I want to cast. So. God, what do I want to do with this? So, I want to cast Shadow's Brand
Okay, on.
at his shadow.
Oh, interesting choice. Okay. Let's see the spell.
Mm-hmm. It's the same thing that I used on a Demon King's roaches.
I need to make sure because I think. Okay. Okay. The brand appears until it marked most creatures. Enemy of the Shadowfae. Shadowfae who view the brand see. Mm-hmm.
See what I'm getting at?
Okay. So I need to make a check.
Mm-hmm.
Constitution save. Fail. Man, my rolls are garbage tonight.
I'm not complaining.
So bad. My rolls are so bad. That's okay. So what does the mark look like as you mark him?
So I marked the shadow specifically, the one that he's talking to. I basically leap to the side and press my hand into it, and the brand is basically it's the mark of. You know what? Let's make it a burning rune that represents the Roach King.
Ooh. Okay. The shadow, as it kind of takes the brand, it almost like you're going to put it into the wall, but it holds in this shadowy form. It rises. You kind of hear it like hiss out at you as it burns into it magically. And
This was a one-on-one conversation, my dear. Shoo.
Well, the Moonlit King then rears back and screams as well, as if he also was branded, even though he physically wasn't. As if maybe he's somehow tied to the shadow, though you're not entirely sure. The rest of the party, Boop Boop, Theoden, Seraphim, Vannon, are up near the top, and you have all hustled after meeting with our dear, what was his name? The angel, the one missing the eyes, which Lark technically has in her pocket. You went from top to bottom. You get down there, and you can see figures on the other side of the moonlit wall. There's a very large, kind of shadowy figure, a kind of embering bright light, and possibly that of a lark as well. As soon as you get near it, it drops out, lowers. Lark, you see this as well. As the king kind of rears back, the wall falls, revealing your friends.
Well, we were getting down here as fast as we could.
Yes, and you were early.
I'm never early. I always arrive on time.
I arrived precisely when I mean to.
The Moonlit King
You're
does
always
not
late.
appreciate being attacked, or at least having their shadow attacked. So, he rears back, and because he can, we're gonna go into initiative. He says, You did betray me. I shall assure that your parents walk this maze for their eternity.
Boo-hoo.
Initiative. Oh, a
At least
20!
one rolled.
Okay, so it's
Oh no.
Wait, I didn't roll yet.
looking
In
like...
trouble.
Looking bad.
I know, right? Look at this Seraphim up here with a nat 20.
Well, there's that.
Okay.
Thank goodness for at least that.
That's,
Okay.
If I was gonna, I would rather have been elsewhere.
I
But
mean, the moonlit.
Oh, well.
King, 24.
Oh my
I don't know if we saw that.
So
Oh,
we're
yeah, I
gonna
did see
let
that
you
too.
go first with the nat 20. Yeah. That then puts us in a 3 and a 4. I'm
It's incredible.
So sorry.
I mean, it
y'all.
is what it is. It is what it is.
Right. But they
it's all right, everyone. This will go
It'll
one shot
be-
him.
Yeah, it's not
Yeah.
gonna matter.
Absolutely. Yeah.
down with
No.
fine. And then Lark. So it'll look a
I
little
don't know
something
why
like
Dawn
that.
is laughing at that. She
It's
doesn't
fine.
believe us.
It's fine.
no.
It's gonna be fine. So he does not like
I'm
that, and you
second.
see he holds this.
I'm third.
You're third. Yeah, he holds this
all right.
orb, much larger than the scrying one you found last week, in his hand. And as he drops it, as if he would throw it to the ground, it magically extends into a massive mace. The orb of rule is actually a weapon, and he begins swinging it.
Okay.
First up,
Neat.
Oh,
Seraphim.
dear.
Oh no. I
Oh,
wasn't
oh,
ready for
no.
any of this. It turns into a giant mace, you say?
Yeah, it's like a big mace made of moonlight. Like the orb is now at the end of it, and he kind of swings
Dope.
it.
Okay. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and we're gonna roll polymorph on him.
Okay, you're gonna try to polymorph the Moonlit King. Okay, I love
I
We're
hope
this.
gonna
this
give it a
works.
try. We're
I
gonna
hope
give
this
it a
works.
try.
Absolutely, we are. Yeah, we are.
Why not?
She sees him like to drop
Hell yes.
the orb and turn it into a giant mace, and she's like,
Hell yeah.
Yeah, it's like okay. He has to make a check. At my
Wisdom
rolls,
saving
this
throw.
is wisdom save. Is that what
Yeah.
it is?
Come on, work.
Oh my
Come on,
god.
baby.
Okay,
I'm sure you.
Work.
this is
Work.
where I.
I'm gonna say it out loud.
Ah!
Oh, well, there
Okay,
it is.
woo!
Damn it!
Tell me what you were going to.
Unluck on that. Unluck on that. My reaction.
Oh, you guys unluck on it. Okay.
Monsters.
Okay, let me see. Oh god. I gotta pull that up. Hold on. I know I have it.
I don't have any
Oh
reaction
god.
ones there.
Okay,
Where is
so
it? Where is it?
while Sephi looks for that, what did you want to turn him into?
Okay.
Yeah.
dang man, this she.
He has disadvantage, so he takes the lower of the score.
Okay, so he'll take the 13, but here's the thing. He's
Right.
the Moonlit King.
Resistances.
And he has a few legendary actions.
Right, that's okay. We burned one of them though.
That's okay. What did you want to turn him into? Because he almost.
I do want to know
it
that.
almost happened.
I do want to know
Seraphim
that.
wants to turn him into a rabbit squirrel. What else?
Oh.
Perfect.
Of course she does.
Which would listen? A rabbit squirrel would not be able to swing that mace. I'm just pointing. Or
You
that
see,
hammer.
yeah, you see him like start to tense up, and he almost drops the mace. He starts to get furry, and his teeth like sit forward a little bit, and he
Ew.
begins to kind of like quake, like he's gonna explode if he doesn't change. And you see him take a deep breath, and he just sucks it all right back in as you attempt to polymorph him. And he knows that the two of you work together to get it that far. And he turns and looks at you. You can see deep, bright moonlight behind his crystalline eyes, and he laughs. Since he does have a legendary resistance, that means he can choose to succeed a saving throw he fails. He chooses to succeed, and he
Fair
looks right at you. It's his turn. Since all of you are standing near
Thrilled.
his area,
Oh.
let's
Within
see.
20 feet.
Within 20 feet, actually 60 feet,
Okay.
Oh,
and
even worse.
there is moonlight in this area because, well, he's the Moonlight King. There are shadows.
What?
There are shadows.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that's undoubtedly true.
Don't
Yeah.
stand here for me, by the way. Don't
Well,
I
if I
have to-
close
do I
my
have to-
eyes, real tight.
So he laughs, and he continues to kind of swing this mace, but he reaches his hand forward, and as he does, he lifts your shadows from two-dimensional surface forward and animates them to attack you.
Well, no.
I
don't like what's
need a
happening.
successful DC Dex save from all of you.
Is this a spell or an ability?
This is magically, so I'm gonna guess it's a spell of some
I think
kind.
I have +7.
Oh,
But-
you
but-
made it.
Okay.
You said dexterity, right?
I nimbly
It's
move
a
out of
Dex
the way.
saving throw, so make sure you're getting your proficiency. Oh man.
You can't shadow
Oh
me.
no. Oh man. Well,
I
you're
am
the
the
only one.
shadow.
Yeah, I'm terrible.
I would have way preferred a 20 right there.
Okay, well, everybody but our dear, I guess Theoden will take full damage. The rest of you will take half
Catho poo.
of some things. Some things. Okay, so 32 points of damage for full. Half of that is 16.
And all of us take full except Theoden, you said?
math
Yes.
amount.
Uh-huh.
Math is hard.
That's
Ooh.
bad. That
No,
is,
go ahead
that
and
is
use
not
my,
good.
Your shadow
Phone
reaches up
calculator.
and claws at all of you, ripping necrotic energy through your body and out. It tears away a piece of you. That would be... Wait, do I get a bonus action? No. That would be his turn. He laughs. You... And he laughs at the shadow, and he kind of laughs in this mad way. Just like that. And
Just one more time.
just
Thank you.
just like that.
I feel like I'm there.
It now be good news because it's your turn.
Sweet. I think Theoden is as the shadow comes up and like splashes onto him for a bunch of damage, he tries to nimble and dodge out of the way, but it's so bright for him he can't see very well. And the shadow still is able to reach into his psyche and do that damage, but I think he's going to try to brush himself off, stand tall, and look at him in the eye. And as he does, I think he starts to don this aura, an aura of power, an aura that inspires listlessness as the shadow or the Moonlit King starts to feel incomprehensible toward Theoden. So I'm going to cast the Aura of Listlessness, and I'm going to move within 20 feet.
Amazing.
Okay.
He also takes out
I have
a
to
wet
say
piece of
something.
paper as well, yes?
So technically, the black ribbons make 20 feet around the throne difficult terrain. And also,
Ribbons.
the Moonlit King technically needs to make a dexterity saving throw to not be restrained in that as well.
Okay. Can't wait.
Wonderful.
Can do. Are you gonna move into the area effect she has?
Is the Moonlit King in the center of it?
I would say so.
Yeah,
He rolled a 23.
I will be doing that.
He's actually
It's just
kind of
half speed.
okay. So he's kind of half speed. He's almost like levitating, and the ribbons are holding onto his feet. You can tell if you let him go, he will fly.
Yeah.
The Moonlit King will fly.
I think I was going to move half speed anyway.
Perfect.
So I think Theoden is just going to saunter seductively toward him, eyes locked on
I
him,
forgot about this.
and is going to do Aura of Listlessness as he takes out an inky, wet piece of paper and rips it in half, and as he does, it vaporizes, and the steam starts to stay close to him, as it also may add on to the effect of just being super powerful and super sexy.
Okay. Yeah, you cast out your fog machine basically.
Yeah.
In its general direction. Does he get a roll
Rips it, and
against
it's
this?
a frog machine. Yeah, it is a wisdom. It is a wisdom save. Yeah, wisdom saving throw, unable to take actions or reactions or bonus.
Oh, he rolled a
actions
nat
on his
one!
turn.
Rolled a
Oh my
nat
God.
one.
So he can't take any reactions or bonus actions
Okay.
or actions on his
Or
turn, except to
actions.
disengage.
Okay.
He can move only to distance himself out of harmful conditions. So he could probably move out of
Out
this,
of the okay on
out
his
of
turn.
the ribbons. Yeah, the creature that moves out of my area of effect can act normally.
Okay. There's a moment, we've had a lot of slow-mo since reaching this tower, but I feel like another slow-mo moment happens as Theoden brings in the sexy, like, fog around the Moonlit King as he is drawn to this aura that you put out, and his head turns, and the flail stops, like, it slows and it kind of hangs loosely as he stares deeply into you in a romantic comedy kind of way.
So it's Theoden's octagon now?
So far.
So far, so good. The question is, and he kind of becomes limp in a certain way as he stares deeply at you. He's not going to get to take any kind of action on his turn, but movement probably.
Are you sure limp's the right adjective for that?
He looks attentive.
There we go.
To Theoden. His flail is limp, but he is attentive. Vannon.
Sure. I think.
Sure.
Yeah, I think Vannon is going to begin. Oh God, how long does it take to cast? Okay, good, not long. So my robe is like embroidered with all of those like gems and such to appear like the night sky, and I tear one of them off that like has, it's sort of a bigger one that has these little droplets of water inside of it that are in fact tears from a dark no, what are they called, from Shadowfae, and I begin to conjure and crush the gem in my fist, and I summon a shadow spawn to do my bidding.
Okay, shadow spawn. Do you need a playable sheet for that?
Sure, or I can just do manually the rolls. I have the stat sheet in front of me.
Okay, perfect.
But if you've got one, I'll take that too.
I bet I do.
And I believe I will just summon it to rise up, sort of, we'll say out of the Shadow King's shadow, just to add a little insult to the injury. And I'm gonna cast it at a 6th level, because I want him to be a beefy boy.
Okay, he is beefy. Yeah. I was gonna see. Yeah, it's not pulling up. So if you get stats, I'll let you.
That's fine. Yeah, I got it here.
I'm just gonna pick you up, but don't see it. Great. He comes out. He will go after you in the turn order, since you summoned him. So it can take its turn now.
Great. This is a creature of despair. So in addition to Theoden's aura of listlessness, there is also this aura of despair. And so, you know what, I'll put him actually, Theoden, how close are you to him?
I'm within 20 feet. I would probably say maybe 15 feet.
Okay, so it's a 20-foot radius around my shadow spawn that any creature that starts its turn there has its speed reduced by 20 feet.
Okay.
So I'll put it somewhere where it's just affecting the Shadow King and not Theoden.
Yeah, you kind of offset the radial.
diagram.
Yeah, the radial effects, exactly. It's like a Venn diagram now on the king. So does he get a roll?
Not for that, but I do. That's just a passive aura that I have. But now the shadow creature is going to try to rend the Shadow King.
Great.
And it gets 3 attacks at 6th level. My spell attack modifier. Okay, so sorry, I've never cast this spell before. It's very exciting. So that is a non-natural 20, a 14, and a 21 to hit.
Okay, the 20 and 21 hit.
Okay, great. So 2d12 plus 6 plus the spell's level, which was 6. Then we did it twice, so plus 12. So it's a total of 34 cold damage.
This crystalline figure becomes a little frozen and frost-tipped around the edges as he stands, eyes still on Theoden.
Yeah, and that is its turn.
It's a lot. That is a lot. Yes, he can't do anything, so I think because he can't take any kind of attack. So, yeah, he continues to stand there and take a beating. Bringing us to Lark.
Does he get any sort of save at the end of his turns with that spell, or is he just stuck there? Because that's amazing.
He can move out of it. But
Yeah,
we also
incredible.
you just nerfed his movement like crazy.
Yeah. he's
Well,
gonna
that
be
was
very
sort of the
slow.
goal. Yeah.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Um,
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to use 2 meta magic points to cast Polymorph as a bonus action.
Okay.
And I'm also going to use my now returned reaction because it's my turn to cast Unluck on it, so he rolls with disadvantage.
Okay. So he gets another wisdom save.
Mm-hmm.
Did it roll through? Did not. Fail. He fails. But he can still think, right? So he only has to not want to fail that roll 3 times a
Right.
day.
Right.
And he chooses once more. He struggles.
Right.
He feels like he's gonna pop, and he manages
I'm
to
so into it.
back in. But
been
he's really struggling here, y'all. He's only got one more of those. He's only got one more.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I'm going to run up and stab the shadow.
Yes! Oh, you're gonna stab the shadow. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead
Okay.
and make your attack action.
Okay.
You need
let's
a
see.
17.
Okay, first one misses.
Okay. Second one, critical success.
Critical.
that makes
Okay,
up
so that's
for it.
double damage.
Yep.
Okay, I'm also going to use Green Flame Blade because it's a cantrip and I can.
Okay.
So let me pull that up. Okay, I think. Okay, so that's basically. Okay, so that's 2d8 extra damage. I'll roll that first. So that's fire.
Okay. Okay.
So 11 at the top, and then I'll roll double damage for the other one.
24. Yeah. Okay.
Cool. And then. Okay, so that's holy shit. Oh,
Wait,
just take the first one. Just take the first one. I accidentally rolled twice. I failed the
Okay.
first attack. So that's 11 points of fire damage, 20 points of slashing damage.
Wait,
Yeah.
Wait, did you click rapier or did you re-roll it out of your character sheet? Because that's a D20 roll, right?
Why is that rolling that?
Click
Oh,
rapier
yeah.
in chat. If you do the one with the nat 20, it should
Oh, I see.
Oh, I've done that before too.
I do it all the time. It's so confusing. Okay, so very close actually still. So 13 instead of the 20 plus the 11. Okay, so I got that. You watch as this fire beams down on this crystalline like figure. The cold begins kind of melting down as the elements compete for damage, but he
Also, I
still
think it
stands.
does an additional 2 damage because it's my Hexblade
Right,
weapon.
It's your Hexblade, yep. Okay. Well, all he can do is stand there and take it. It loops us back around to the top. Seraphim, it is your turn.
So Seraphim, on seeing Lark attack the shadow, he is going to reach back and kind of on the back part of her gear that she's wearing. So I just got my booster today. My brain is gone.
Oh no.
But she pulls it out, and she, in the midst of doing this, casts elemental weapon.
Ooh.
There it is.
Yes.
Which will turn this short bow she's been carrying around for a while into an elemental weapon. Which, let's see. Did that actually go there? No, it did not. Hang on. Please do the
Please
thing.
do what I tell you.
Why you do this to me?
Why you be this way?
Oh, here we go.
There it is.
There it is. Lord have mercy. Okay. So she reaches back and casts elemental weapon as she's pulling over the short bow. And we've done cold. We've done fire. So let's go with
Let's try it all.
lightning.
Hey!
The
Nice.
3-pack. So then she pulls it out and she fires it at the shadow because she saw that that's what Lark was doing, and that seems
Seems like
the
a
right
good
choice.
idea. Yeah.
She wasn't there for the whole back and forth conversation stuff, but she's like,
Right.
we'll go with it.
Right. What does he need to roll to? Okay. A 24 hits.
Yay!
Deal that beautiful short bow damage.
All right.
The D&D
Show
version
me-
of Roll That Beautiful Bean
Yeah, bean
Is that
footage,
what that was?
exactly. Yeah.
That beautiful
Pretty close.
bean damage. And then it has
wait,
plus
click-
two.
Click on
Oh,
short
did I
bow
do
in
it
the
wrong?
chat.
Yep, same thing. Click the short bow in
Yo, we
chat.
are
the
rolling
same thing.
incredible damage tonight.
Look at you.
There you go. 5 piercing for the Moon King.
But that also gets hold on now. That also
yes.
gets a
Lightning.
+1 bonus to attack rolls and deals an extra 1d4 of damage.
So go ahead and roll the
Hey.
1d4
So that's
For the
6
lightning.
piercing.
For my lightning
6
damage.
piercing.
Show me damage. Oh. Okay.
Okay, what,
Hey, you know what?
He is a
It's
crystalline
more than
creature.
0.
And you see the
Gee.
lightning kind of cut over
Love
his
it.
body.
To be fair, the shadow is on a wall. It's probably a very secure wall.
Yep, tink. Hits
Yeah,
the shadow.
oh.
Exactly right.
But yeah, it kind of spreads out, and you see the form, the shadow form, does take damage. But as it does, so does the king, and you can see him like shake as if he were taking the damage. It's his turn. He's gonna try really hard to break free of this charm.
Charmed right now?
Sex appeal's too strong. Can't do
Oh,
it.
my charm.
Your charms,
Yeah.
yeah, your this aura that you've put
I was
out.
like, I was just about to charm him. All right.
Quickly, Théoden, blow your hair in the wind.
I'm trying, but he's got 6 seconds before I do.
Affected creatures can move. He's at half speed, right?
Minus 20, but his max speed is reduced by 20 because he's within 20 feet of my shadow.
And also,
And the
he's at
rings.
half speed within the.
Right,
Within
the
the-
difficult terrain puts him half
Yeah.
speed, right?
Okay, so I'm going
great.
to. What am I going to do? This is a hot mess.
That's just such a good question.
Yeah, so sorry.
I mean, I'm not.
No,
but
we're not.
but I
Lord, I'm
feel
sorry.
it. I do feel it. Yeah.
I feel
I
it.
feel a slight
Well-
twinge in my heart. I think it's happiness, though.
Well, he is going to.
I will remind you, I'm literally right in front of his shadow. So
Oh, I forgot about that.
Well, he can't really do any of this because he can't move. He can't do that. Yep. Orb of Rule. Let's see. I believe actually he gets a bonus. Okay, well, yeah. Oh! He's still holding his weapon
Okay.
while holding
Is he?
it.
No!
Okay.
While holding it.
I'm in danger.
I'm in danger.
There's the
Actually,
one.
no, I think it qualifies as an action, so he may not be able to take it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I
okay.
still don't think. So he
action,
is going to move. He was already flying. So and it was being held down by the ribbons.
Oh, right.
So he gets the
Alright.
20 from you, taking his flying speed from 100 to 80.
Holy
Oh, wow.
beans!
Holy
And
beans.
he
Roll that beautiful
goes-
bean for me.
And that's now halved, so that's 40. All he can do is push back, and you see a look of some might call it fear, some might call it confusion or madness, maybe, streak across his eyes as he backs up to get away from this, and the ribbons tear at him as they slow him down, and he as he cuts backwards, as if what he would like you all to do can't happen because the curse is not allowing it, and so he has to fight you. He has to fight you. But that would be his turn. That does put him out of all of that. So next round he can take action if he
Can do
makes it
so.
that far.
If he makes it that far.
Okay, let's keep rolling. That makes it Vanon's turn. Vanon. He moved 40
good.
feet from you.
Right?
Excellent.
I'm so sorry. Theoden. It is Theoden's turn.
Oh, right.
That's my
Thank
fault.
you.
Yep. You're
All right.
yep.
Is it within 30 feet of me? Is he within 30 feet of me?
He's 40 feet out from you. He kind of backed all the way up
I
across
will
the
move
chamber.
up, and
Okay.
then I will, when I'm in 30 feet of him,
Okay.
and I will say, "No one, do anything. I need some time." And then I'm going to, I'm going to take off my glasses, and bite the seductively the arm of them, and look at him in the eye, and then bite my bottom lip, seductively, and I'm going to do lesser charm.
Okay, you're gonna try to charm the Moonlit King.
I am. And I'm going to try to move in close.
Well, he's already most of the way there, so.
Yeah.
Okay, he is immune to being charmed, so he gained. Yeah,
Okay.
I believe he gains advantage to roll against it. Let me double check.
That's fair. Well, if he's immune, he's immune.
If you're immune, yeah. You would say
he's immune to the
resistance.
You would say
condition.
resistance.
It's
Yep, you're
sad.
right. So
Okay.
yeah, he is immune to being charmed. I mean, he is married to the Moonlit Queen.
Fair.
That's fair. It's
Fair.
probably smart of him.
Fair. Okay. Well, that is an action. So I moved up. I'm going to move my full movement and get him in that. Get him in my aura
zone again?
Yeah, get him in my zone. The aura zone. Could you roll the thing again? I think you have to make another one.
Wisdom?
Another wisdom. Yep.
Anytime now.
16 is
No!
Arrgh.
16 is my DC.
You know, this might just be the time for that last
Right,
one.
the
He's going to use his third one, and this time he looks deep at you, and
Okay.
he wafts away your sexy fog,
My sexy steam.
and he says, "Not this time."
Damn it. There goes my frozen
But he
ecstasy.
is
I was
out.
gonna
He
say.
is out of those. He can't use any more of those.
Okay.
Do you have any kind of bonus action or anything extra you'd like to do?
Let me take a look at anything that I have bonus. I don't think I have anything bonus.
You are a bard.
I was just gonna say.
Oh, right. I'm looking at my spells and not my bard stuff. It's also my first time being a bard. So...
Oh yeah, I didn't realize
Yeah.
that.
Oh, that's
I didn't
cool.
either. Really? That's surprising.
Yeah, yeah.
Considering-
I played bard a lot in 3.5 because I'm old.
Oh well,
but-
and it's definitely the exact same.
Right.
Yeah, I definitely
just
didn't start with
haven't
3.5. I'm not old.
Yeah.
Same.
So what can I do here? All right, bard professionals. What can
Oh,
I do
just if
here?
you wanted to inspire somebody with
Yeah.
your.
Oh yeah, I'll do that.
Do you-
I'll
yeah.
inspire.
It wasn't anything
Um,
particularly clever.
Okay,
we
no,
had
that's
on
great. I
our
thought I
sticks.
was probably that. Yeah, I'm going to inspire a lark.
Oh,
Good call.
thank you.
Yeah, definitely.
He'll
a good
probably
call.
end up
Do you know what
nuking him this round.
I could get a
what level bard are you?
10.
10? Is that a D8 or a
12.
D10?
I think it's a D10 because y'all are 12, right?
Yeah, we're at
Yeah.
12 levels,
So
so it's a
D10. Yeah, D10.
Yeah, it's 10. Yeah, it's a D10.
Woo!
Okay. Well done. That sets us up for Vanon's turn, followed by Lark's.
I am going to, if you will indulge a bit of initiative shenaniganry
Ew,
with my shadow, I will approach the Shadow King from in front.
Okay.
And my shadow will sort of fly behind him. It has a faster fly speed than I have a walking
Gotcha,
speed. So
gotcha.
it'll go behind him and just approach sort of in step with me from behind. And as I walk up to it, I sort of snap my fingers and cast mirror image on myself. So now there are 4 of me.
Oh, nice. Okay.
And I just get right up in his face and very, very quietly just whisper, "We have the upper hand, but that doesn't mean you can't still try to negotiate."
Roll a charisma persuasion check. It needs to be very, very high.
I have no doubt that it does.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Can I help with
Oh! Crit success!
Never mind, I don't need to.
He stops for just a second, and you watch as his height of his flight drops a little bit, and you can see he begins breathing again. That aggression, that madness calms itself, and he says, "Explain."
Oh, see, I wish I could.
I can go ahead.
No, I really. So Vannon says, "You know what it would take to appease your wife. Give it to us."
I can't. He says it rather strained.
Uh-huh.
Would you like to make an insight check?
Yeah, let's start there. Oops.
Okay, in the spur of the moment, you can see that, again, he struggles, he swallows what he maybe really wants to say, and he gets out, "I can't," as he grips the orb tighter.
I have an idea. I can't do it on this turn because I've already used my action. So I will...
But he did stop.
Yeah.
In terms, you persuaded him to like listen to your calls or to try, and you learned some things.
Yeah.
You also,
Yeah.
other than your shadows, he has not attacked any of you. He seems to use other things, right? Between him, if at all possible.
Oh, I see.
Well, it still hurt.
It still hurt real bad.
It wasn't me.
Yeah.
Shadows.
So I will just say, so we can go on with the initiative. I'll just say, or whatever needs to happen. Then what can you offer? And I just sort of, again, like all of this, like I let the shadow sort of like, coil around, like discorporate a little bit and like coil around us. And just anything I can do to like remind him that he is not in a good spot. He can feel that aura of despair slowing him down.
It's not his turn,
and you know
so
what
that's
I
all we
say?
can
I
manage to
do
say.
not, for what it's worth, I do not say, "What can you give us?" I say, "What can you give me?"
Okay, if you make that very, very clear, he'll take note of that on his turn.
I mean, I'm not gonna like smack it in front of my friends. I don't mean to actively betray them. I just, I'm asking what I'm asking.
But
and
passively, maybe.
what he's gonna
What
give
can
me.
I get out of this? Got it.
Right.
Well,
I'm tired
just for
of
the
not
curious.
getting shit from the queen.
it is Lark's turn, who is in combat with the shadow.
Who is inspired?
Inspired.
Truly.
Right.
I walk from the shadow to the king.
Yeah, he's kind of
Come on
backed up
over.
against
Join
the wall.
me.
You can see he's backed himself. Remember when you first came in, you saw the holes in the ceilings? One went to the like pulley system, and then there was another one on the opposite side. He kind of stands in the middle of the one on the far end of the room without the pulley system in it. But he doesn't seem... It's like he's in combat, but he's not necessarily ready to attack. Vannon has talked him down some.
So I walk up and I stand next to Vannon. And while they're in conversation, I cast Polymorph again.
One more polymorph for the win.
The final Polymorph.
I believe polymorph lasts 1 minute. What is the length of
I
time
think it
on
lasts an
polymorph?
hour.
Hour.
Okay.
Yeah.
But the black ribbons do disappear, as they would have disappeared when I cast it the first time, now that I notice.
All right. He's going to get a wisdom save.
And also unluck on that, disadvantage. It's my last one. Oh no, it's not my last one. It's my last Polymorph, but it's not my last unluck on that.
He got a... that was initiative. Well, that was initiative. Ignore that. Ignore that. Ignore
still
that.
20.
I know.
I was going to
just
say, that's
wasted
still
it.
a net 20.
And his 16 is his... I'm sorry, 12.
Misses. He's polymorphed into a mouse.
He poops down into a mouse. Does polymorph take with it anything they're holding?
No.
That's exactly what I was about to ask you.
A tiny little mace.
The new form can be any beast. The target's game stats replaced by the target
I don't think so anyway.
actions it can perform. Okay,
The creature can't activate, use, wield, or...
Oh, no, if I benefit from any of its equipment. So he can't use it, but I love the idea that he goes whoop, and the orb goes down with him. He's just now a tiny mouse, and he.
So I forgot to say, I was going to use metamagic points to cast as a bonus action. I'm going to pick up the mouse, and I'm going to pry the orb roll out of its little tiny hands.
It doesn't hold it. It's like when you do wild shape, everything merges down into the
it
form.
merges with him.
Yeah, right? It's like transformation lasts or until the target drops to 0 hit points. I wish it would tell me that. That would target assumes the hit points of its new form versus.
Where are we looking?
I would assume.
I'm surprised it doesn't.
The spell has no effect on the shape changer or the creature. Well,
the target's gear melds into the new form.
Yeah.
The creature can't, and it is part of its gear, really. I think so.
Damn it!
But you are holding.
Okay, hey, we're in a good place though.
It's kind of running on your hand.
Charmable.
No, squeeze it. King, listen to me. You don't have many options here. You are going to deal with us. And I specifically mean us. I give a side look glance to Vannon.
A smile back.
But more importantly, me.
I don't think.
Vannon, I do think Vannon laughs. I think he cuts it off better than I did. But I do think he laughs.
There's not a great amount of response from the rat, just like the usual rat. I mean, he's a rat.
Right.
Or a mouse, I guess you'd say a mouse. Do you harm him in this form?
No.
Okay.
But I do start walking to the entrance.
Okay. Polymorph. It is not a concentration spell, correct?
It is.
I need you to roll to maintain concentration as you reach the door frame and it like you backwards.
Oh. That's interesting, but hey, at least we've got time.
You're like concentrating and there's nothing there from what you can see.
Mm-hmm.
Do I have Warcaster? I forget if I have Warcaster. Ooh. I do. Okay. Constitution saving throw. Okay. Advantage.
Okay, a 16.
Do I need higher? That's good.
Yeah, that would be a 16's plenty to maintain your concentration, and you.
Oh, I see.
Thud into something as if you can't get out, and the mouse is like, it is like scratching at your hand, trying to get free.
Nope, not letting go.
Lark, I don't think
he can't leave.
It's a lovely shape for him. We now have a bit of time to truly sit
He's
down
adorable.
and discuss.
Look at him. Oh, look how wee he is.
Does he have like a little? Does he have like a little crown? Because that would be really cute.
Sure. He's got a little moonlit crown.
King, if you promise to behave and sit in my palm, I won't squeeze you anymore.
Seraphim's gonna cast Speak with Animals.
Okay.
Hey.
Yeah.
Because
of course you are.
Yeah.
You know.
Okay.
What would make you do that?
All right. You can speak with animals on yourself, and you can hear the Moonlit King in this like squeakerton style voice.
She puts her face right up to him, just like,
oh boy.
It's just like trying to squirm free of Lark's hand, Lark's hand at the moment.
Hey, oi! And she's just gonna poke him, and she's gonna try and like scritch him on the head. Hey, calm down! Oh no, you're so cute. Yeah, do you want some? I've got right here. She's gonna pull out some granola. Here. Try one of these. This will make you feel better.
Slaps it from your fingers.
Oh. Absolutely hilarious.
Oh, I can't believe it.
I will slay your flesh. I will.
Can you just ask him how we can get him out of here?
Okay, well, as far as the slaying of flesh, that's gonna have to wait. What about getting you out of here?
Listen, can't leave the tower tied to the orb. Must break the curse. Ah!
He's having a really hard time. I think he's really going through some things right now. Very, very deep internal things.
What did he say?
What I'm gathering is that he's tied to the orb. We have to break the curse in order to get him out.
Can we kill him?
We could not kill him, Vannon. I'm sorry, Theoden.
We've killed everything up till now anyway. Why do we stop here?
Look, Theoden, I know that you have a thing for the queen, but I doubt that the king wants anything to do with her anymore. Besides, we remove the orb of rule, one of us becomes the king.
There is a chance.
I don't know if I want those perks.
Who said it was for you?
Small chance, and I would need as much assistance as the three of you could give me, but there is a small chance I could remove the curse.
Go on.
A question first. I pull the king away and I squeeze him. Like, Lark's nails are longer than mine, just so you know. It's like, we have to make a decision right now.
We do.
Do any of us, looks at Theoden, really need Zoroastra?
For what it is worth, no, I don't need her anymore. It would be nice to have head nod to the mouse his cooperation if I am going to betray my goddess.
Maybe start with stop calling her a goddess.
She grants the powers of a goddess.
Many beings have powers beyond mortal ken. That does not make them deities.
Yeah, she's a real jerk, though. I mean, we've.
Oh,
we've all
it's
been-
not a value judgment of any sort. Don't you worry.
Lark looks at Theoden. Tell me, Theoden.
What? Sorry, what?
Your love for the queen.
Hmm?
Does it apply to her or her position?
Very good question. I would say it was her, of course. She's magnificent.
Then there is no need for her to be a part of the throne anymore, is there?
But maybe, now that you say it like that, maybe we should just... It could be the position, you know. It could... The court...
Then you'd love anyone who's in it.
Not necessarily. She's a very beautiful and wise woman who makes me laugh.
I guarantee that anyone that has her power can make themselves as beautiful as they want.
Maybe
But I want that family ruined.
Maybe.
Okay.
Question for Lark. When you dig your fingernails into the side of this little guy, do you draw blood?
No.
Okay.
Purposely don't draw blood.
Great.
I'm not trying to hurt him while he's a mouse.
At least not yet.
He's so cute as a mouse.
But are you sure?
We're definitely gonna
who has
hurt
the
him
highest,
to bring him back, though, right? Just
Who-
saying.
who has the highest perception?
Definitely not
Probably
me.
I think I have like a 10.
Think it's yours, Theoden.
You from
Yeah.
behind
Like a 10 or 11, right?
from behind
I
you, you
passive is
hear
20.
a very soft as somebody
Oh no!
chunks something. It is Chamberlain Rock, who is the Darrow that you all set free,
Yeah.
has come back, and he lobs a rock. Do you do anything? I'm going to give you a chance to take a reaction of some kind, because if not, then there's a dex check coming for Lark.
Is he lobbed?
Lob-
Oh.
Yeah, where the rock?
The rock is headed for Lark.
The lobbed rock lark. Oh God, the lobbed rock is.
Yes, the lobbed
aimed towards
rock
Lark.
at Lark. Yes.
Okay, all right, got it. No, I'm gonna just sort of let that.
Great.
happen.
This walk.
Great.
I'm gonna give you a 24. It hits you. It thuds right up next to your head. That's some serious damage for rock.
Oh, I see what's going on here.
Constitution check for the spell, or
For it is just a flat check. 4d10. This creature with this oversized kind of arm, and he's got a tentacle too, I believe. Toss this rock, and it thuds into you. I'm gonna give you the dex check to hang on to the mouse.
This ain't gonna be good.
Dude.
Yep, failed.
Oh no!
The mouse is like, ah! As it like goes flying as this rock thuds up next to you, and you hear this Darrow go, "Leave Master alone!"
I round on the Darrow and I cast Hellfire Blitz at him. I turn into a wreath. My entire form turns into flame.
Okay.
And let's see.
Yeah, you can see his like oversized muscular arm is getting ready for another. This was kind of out of initiative. Holy shit, you did 28 fire damage. He goes as he up in flame. It doesn't kill him, but I don't think he super fails that.
He is horribly maimed.
He drops the rock on his foot and he's like, ah! And he's dancing around in the fire and he's like, ah! But
never strike me.
I'm going to go to him since I was the one that talked to him earlier.
You can see his hair is like all singed. He's like, ah! The end of his tentacle's a little burned and curly.
I forgot about this.
Seraphim, please find the mouse.
What? Is he just on the floor? Did he just splat on the floor?
That's a great question. Why don't you roll an investigation check?
Oh no.
Or a perception. I would even take nature to see if you can track a mouse in this rubble of a tower.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
And then-
let's go with perception. That seems like a great one.
Oh, a
Hey,
22.
nice.
You kind of begin looking and you can see the little tiny footprints. And they've gone over to the edge of the wall. And they seem to have hidden underneath the large wheel. That was in that like over there.
What
it's
we
like
have under here?
he's like shaking. You know how when mice get really scared, it's
Oh, there, Your Majesty. She's gonna reach under there and scoop him out. Oh,
he's
there
gonna
you
try to
go
bite
now.
you. He's gonna try to bite
Yeah.
you.
Listen. She is a forest being. She has been.
He's
bitten
never
by
been
Bigfoot.
bitten.
That is
Ever.
just
right.
just grab him.
Yeah.
The first time.
I imagine she pulls her hand out and he's just like hanging from her hand,
See
like
what
she's like, "Oh,
what
I
can
found
attack
him."
for them. They get
Mouse
nothing
bites
to
are the
hit.
worst, though.
They get nothing to hit. Yeah, it's just a flat D20 roll for this little guy. He takes a nip at your hand. At an 8.
Bless him.
But you scoop him. As she
found
scoops
him.
him. Oh, I found him, and you turn around. You've walked over to this Darrow that's like, ow, oh, ah.
What was that?
I have to protect Master. You turned him into a furry critter. You have to file the king.
And I am going to go, well, fine. And I'm going to finish my drawing of a mouse and then throw it in the air. And as I do, the ink falls away from the page and the ink lands on him and I cast polymorph.
Do you know what's incredible is that I also have polymorph on my spell.
Oh my god.
my God.
There was no hope for this man
Y'all
not
are
being a
gonna-
creature.
No.
Thank
There
you
really
for having
wasn't.
this to save his life. Okay, he is going to definitely fail this. A 7.
Oh gods!
He goes,
Then
what?
I just laugh.
Can I grab him? I'll take this one.
Yeah, you pick
Is
him
it a
up.
mouse,
He's
Théoden?
Yes,
it is a mouse. His tail is a tentacle.
Yeah.
Right. He's all
Gonna
kind of
hold
like.
him by
He's got one big shoulder. He's got buck teeth. He's kind of not a
He's
pretty
perfect.
mouse at all.
I really
My
don't know what
God,
I'm
do
just
you want to
doing.
be my
I just...
familiar?
He's perfect.
He's so adorable.
I hate it.
Anyway.
I didn't really think this one through. I just heard him yell about being a mouse. So I
Yeah,
thought
no,
it'd be
this is
funny if
perfect.
I-
We'll keep
great.
him here for
All
now.
right.
Back to the discussion at hand.
Indeed.
Perhaps.
I mean, what are our options?
Oh, we could do it. Never mind.
The easy choice, which of course I don't think any of us are particularly pleased with, would be to simply get the orb or the buttons and return them to Sarastra.
Oh, I have the button.
Sorry?
I have the button.
But I didn't see it. He was still
Shall we?
off and everything.
I don't.
I do remember in my keen ears and remembering that it was once buttons. So I think it's a plural thing. I don't know if we can do just one.
Right.
You could,
Alright, well-
oh no, Vanna, you know the answer to that. You learned it last time. The button is used like a crest press, right?
Oh,
so you
right, all
only
she needs is
you
the
only need is the
seal.
one, the seal.
Ooh.
Wait, does that mean we can summon him?
No, I think we can speak with his. Well, maybe, but we know we
He's
can
a mouse.
speak with his name. Is basically what we figured out last week. That we can use the button as like a signet ring, basically, to sign things in his name.
Well, they didn't know you had the button. They thought the Fae had the button.
That's-
We
What's
thought she was
with the
gone.
button?
and I,
I got it from
explain-
this tiny celestial that's now in Dust's old bottle.
What?
Ah, that's where she went.
She's like way too small for it, and she's like a little cutie, like squeezed up next to.
Shrink yourself, you're celestial.
It's so tight.
Apparently, the button is a more roundabout path to power. One can sign documents in the king's name with the signet on the button. It's not as direct a line to power as the Orb of Rule, but will satisfy.
Is there anything else it can do?
That I don't. We didn't
Well,
talk
it does
about
hold
that. I don't
garments
know.
together. You can close your shirt with it. By putting it through the other side.
Right. I can. I think this is true. Oh yeah, I've got plenty of spell slots left. I can cast Detect Magic on the button and see if there's anything I'm picking up,
Yeah.
on it, aside from it just being a good seal.
Yeah, you detect magic. The only thing that's magical is the mouse because it merged with lots of magical things.
Sure.
The anything that they're carrying and the button itself seems pretty normal. It seems to have to do
Yeah,
with what's carved on it.
Yeah. So no, I don't really think there's any other purpose to the button.
Then we
Leave
need
the
the
king
orb. Or at least his cooperation.
I don't know that we're going to get much
Well, we
cooperation.
must destroy him and get the orb, and also gain the boon of the queen. Oh, darn.
That was my next question. To what end, Lark, do we need the orb?
Whoever has the orb assumes the role of the Moonlit King, and therefore gains his power.
No, thank you.
But also, I believe, gains his curse. Isn't that right?
Potentially.
Well, unless someone knows how to break it.
Which I may, though I will admit that power would come from Sarastra herself, which is why I would need your assistance.
And her assistance, which means we should probably keep her around. I agree.
Theoden,
Yes?
you're a lovesick puppy. The woman you're in love with is a monster.
I don't agree. I mean, it's that's jealousy, I think, is what I hear.
Did you see all the people outside that were eyeless? Do you know who sent them here? Do you know what the Countess's only crime was? Refusing her son.
Yes, but love is blind, and I must mean all these people are also involved romantically with her, and also must be enthralled by her. See, that's how that
He's
I would.
hopeless.
Lark, do you aspire to the throne?
Yes. I do.
Like a button?
Would I like a button?
He wears multiple buttons. You could each have one.
It's Sarastra none the wiser. For a time.
Ooh, that's spicy.
How would that work, though?
So we would all become the king. We'd be like the moonlit court. And if that is true, I don't know if I could do it because it is bright in here and I've been pinching off a migraine for a while.
You know that the position of king is tied to the orb itself, Vannon.
Right.
That the button basically gives you some political sway. You can sign your own
Right.
documents. You
Oh.
can get into
Yes.
places.
Right.
It's like a signet. That's really what
Right.
it is. It's like a crest.
Oh, yes, please.
How does one... So we know how one becomes the Moonlit King. Is there a similar, like, X item or kill X person and you become the Queen of Night and Magic? Is that also a bound position?
You have to fall off the roof on Christmas Day.
I'm definitely asking you, Dot, but I'm also like, I suppose Vannon would ask Lark.
You could roll a history check or a religion check.
Why did I choose no intelligence-based proficiencies as a wizard?
What have you done?
Please explain.
Okay.
Okay, well, it's a 24.
Okay, a 24. You would know that, to your knowledge, there is no way to supersede her. The closest that you can get is to be direct in her courts, like right underneath her, and that is usually reserved for the most powerful people or people that bring power.
I would like to be directly underneath her. Thank you.
I imagine that if she is her counterpart, then yes, but I don't know.
But why would she tell one of her greatest
Right.
followers what her greatest downfall is?
Sure.
That's not written
Why
in
would
any
you tell
manual
anyone?
anywhere.
I hold up the vial of the Celestial. Do you know?
The Celestial shakes her head, no, and kind of that twinkling voice says, no, I'm just here to cause mischievousness.
I like her.
Ooh.
I
I
say,
wink at the bottle.
you take the buttons and you just go.
Oh, she's onto something.
You know she can only rule inside her courts. Everything else in the plane of shadows is ruled by others. Her kingdom is just a blip. blip, blip.
Who are the others?
Other
Yeah, who
what?
are the others?
Oh, the rest of the plane of shadows does not function like her courts. No. It is much scarier. Ruled by different factions and strange groups of people. I heard there's a glade with bear folk.
Bear folk? Do you know anything about? And Seraphim's gonna start tapping on the bottle. Oi, hey, you.
Yeah?
Have you seen anyone with these sorts of things before? And she's gonna like kind of go to the side and like kind of wiggle her.
Oh, no.
Hindquarters.
You are so very unique. But I bet the bear folk would love to meet you. They meet all kinds of strange creatures that seek solitude in their glades.
If I'm to tell the truth, I have no fondness for the court of the Shadow Fae. I only wish to destroy Sarastra and
He said
make
it, roll
this
credits.
court better. That or leave with my parents and never return.
Then it sounds to me like you should simply leave her courts and leave her king in place. She seeks his
Lord.
power because she wants to double trouble.
Lark, where are your parents?
I don't know.
Are they being held? Is she keeping them?
Presumably.
Would she have sent them to the labyrinth? Wouldn't they have gotten their eyes back after we killed the big eyeball man?
Shouldn't have sent us here.
It depends on whether it's her who claimed them or the prince. I do not know.
I think right now the goal of ascending the throne is perhaps a lofty one. In this moment, it seems to me that if what you desire is to bring down the Shadow Queen, then for now we play her game. We should get a second button. Perhaps it can help you find and free your parents. Give her one to double down on her machinations. We keep him alive. Who has him right now?
Seraphim.
Okay, great. We keep him alive. He knows that we can best him. Perhaps we can use him.
Is she going to get up? Is she?
An actual mouse.
Yes.
That is very likely. Very
Yes.
likely. Keep him alive, perhaps to use him. He knows that we can best him. And perhaps we find support. Perfection. Hello, my liege, your majesty.
Where's the crown? Where's the crown?
And perhaps we find aid and support elsewhere in the Shadow Realm for your cause.
If we keep him alive, perhaps he would support it.
Doesn't sound like he's a big fan of the queen.
No, if there's a way to break his curse, it might as well cause her some trouble in the meantime.
I can certainly try. It's not a given, and unfortunately, I do think.
You know what? You're thinking about the curse. Let's get some Arcana checks. Let's get some Arcana checks.
It's fair, yes. This
I will
may
take an
also
Arcana
help us.
check.
Will also help us decide if we can.
try.
Yeah, okay.
I have a 0
Okay,
Arcana.
that's okay. We're getting there.
Okay.
You and me, Zippy.
Okay. I would say between Seraphim and maybe Theoden, as you hear Lark and Vannon say the curse, and you're trying to think it through, what do you know? Well,
Right.
you know that the curse is binding him to this place, and somehow it is bound to the orb itself. That somebody must always carry the orb. We know from last week that the Shadow Plane cannot be without a king.
Right.
And to take up the orb is to take up the seat and his madness, right? Being locked in this place. But you gain all the power of the Moonlit King that you can rule from the cylindrical walls of this tower.
Right.
You know that it was the queen who did this to him, or the curse is somehow bound to it. And last week, he told you, when y'all were like, we won't fight you. He said, but you will give me what I want. We will spill blood.
Yeah, I'm not convinced he's not trying to get us to kill him.
Theoden, the one thing,
Yes?
after even all the damage you have done to the Moonlit King, that you have not done, is draw blood. You have burned him. You have lightning struck him. You have froze him. But you have not spilt his blood.
And here we are with a bunch of
Nor were
magic
ours.
users.
Well, I shot an arrow,
Yeah,
but
right,
I
it's
shot
not
an arrow
great.
at his shadow.
At his shadow, and
That's true.
Yeah.
Lark attacked his shadow, not his physical form. So no blood of the Moonlit King has been spilt. And at a 16, it would only be Theoden that would know very, very powerful curses oftentimes are tied to blood magic.
I just had an epiphany.
Yes, Theoden?
I think, well, surprising. I'm trying to remember back to my memories of last week when we spoke to the king, and the king did say that we would draw blood, and it's just for some reason that literal. I don't think that was a metaphor. I believe that was literally we must be drawing blood, and we haven't made a bloody rat yet. I'm not saying a bloody rat as in a curse. I mean a bloody rat, like literally a bloody rat. The rat is not bleeding. We haven't made him bleed. I wonder if it has anything to do with any blood magic.
We're not seeing any blood on him.
Oh, I pull out a dagger.
Well, I mean, are you aiming
Just
to
a
kill him?
little
Just
blood won't
blood.
kill a mouse.
Yeah, I don't think he'd like it.
Yeah, he's like, he's not squirming. Both the mice are like squirming in your hands.
Just a little poke as a test, a little cut.
I only regret this a little bit.
Yeah, I go over.
Okay, the mouse has like an AC of like 6 or something stupid, so you're
Yeah.
gonna be able to attack it. It's also being restrained, which means you do it with advantage. How much damage are you wanting to do?
Maybe 1.
Perfect. 1 point of damage. You reach up and you nick the little mouse.
Out of its hand.
Just his little cut on its little toe beans. And red blood begins to trickle from this little mouse's paw. 1 HP is all the HP that a mouse has, which means by
Hooray.
polymorph standard, this is the point at which it changes back. And as you spill 1 HP worth of blood, which is all you needed, 1 point of blood releases the curse of the Moonlit King.
Was it
And-
mouse blood or was it his blood?
Technically, he is the mouse, so I'm going to count it all
Okay,
as the
all
Moonlit
right.
King's blood.
All right,
As
all right.
he burst back into his form, he lay flat of his back on the ground, and he breathes, and you can see he looks at a tiny cut on his hand, the opposite of the one that he holds the orb in, and you
On his toe
see
beans.
him drop it, the orb. It rolls across the floor, and he looks up at all of you clearly, his eyes not fogged over. His form is no longer kind of crystalline and corporeal. He returns back to his better self. He wears a collar similar to Theoden, and you can see his fingers, though they curl into kind of pointy nails and things. He seems much more kept in a certain way. And he stands up and he laughs. He says, I'm free. You have freed me from the curse. And he watches as the orb rolls across the room. He looks at all of you. and he bolts for the door.
Oh,
Goodbye.
No, stop him.
Why? What?
Hold. I don't. Is he a person? Is he a person?
He is
He's
a
a shadow
He's
fae.
a shadow fae. He's a fae lord.
He's just
so,
a
yeah.
shadow fae. Oh well, then I've got to try and hold person.
I
Okay.
have another polymorph.
Oh,
I have
no.
that too, but I would like to speak with him this time.
Lark goes
so-
over and picks up the orb.
Okay. Okay. We'll come back to orb picking. You pick up the orb. You can feel it. More importantly, when you look up through the hole in the roof, you can see the moon. As if on the regular, he pulls moonlight through a beam straight through this hole in all of the many floors, and you can see it. And the 3/4 moon matches the 3/4 moon that shows in this orb in your hand. It seems to be tied directly to moonlight, though you will need to attune to it to gain any benefits from it.
Mm-hmm.
Whole person. What is he gets a wisdom?
He gets a wisdom. Yes.
He rolled
No.
a 6. He rolled a
Not
6.
gonna do it.
Nope.
We only have a minute, so I will stop him. And I think I was so intent on hold personing him, I don't know that I've noticed that Lark has the orb.
Right. I was also looking at him. Oh no!
Yeah, and he's like mid run
Oh, no,
out the door.
stop.
I'll walk over to him and start talking to him and saying, we've decided that you can live, but we will need your assistance. Yeah, no, I know he can't talk. I'm just going to let him stew there for a minute.
Okay, he simmers on it.
Think about what you've done.
Yeah.
you're in timeout now.
Hmm? I thought the mouse wasn't timeout.
I guess eventually Vannon would look around for the orb.
He's like frozen midair, and it is sitting in Lark's hand.
Venom.
Oh, she has it.
Do you feel any different, Lark?
Not yet.
Are you thinking clearly? Here, let me see your eyes.
Can you
I think I'm fine.
She looks mad.
She
Does-
looks
I'm
fine.
always angry, but I'm
Not
not
that kind of
mad.
mad.
Then it's
Theoden.
happening. It's only a matter of time.
Theoden,
What?
Lark,
if anyone here is mad, it's you over the queen.
Yeah, and that
but
takes
is
some real
completely-
madness.
Besides, the curse is broken. The curse wasn't laid upon me.
Well, to be fair, it might be laid upon the orb. And
Indulge me if you
We
would,
don't
Lark.
really
You know
know.
how we love to watch you go. So, can you leave this place?
I try to leave.
You can't. The orb does not go through the door. It rolls back.
Okay. Great.
But yeah. Oh, actually, no. I take that back. The orb does not, because it's not attuned to anyone. It brings you back
That
to this
was-
place. So because she
okay.
wants you to bring it to her, right? So the fact of the matter is,
Right,
yeah,
right.
Lark walks right out the front door with it.
Oh,
Okay.
sweet.
Okay.
I mean, that seems like a good sign.
Right? She left. Okay, hold on. Wait for us.
I'm waiting, but you may want to tie up that man and take him with us. We have things
yes.
we must discuss.
Yeah, we just
can
wanna
do
leave
it.
it
And in
like that.
fact,
It's
I
very
walk back
tempting.
in. We should discuss it here because I don't think she can hear us here.
Oh, that's an excellent point. Yeah, can we tie him to the throne? That seems fun.
That seems poetic. I'm gonna write that
Doesn't
down.
it?
Well, yeah, but we can't take the whole throne with us. That wouldn't. That would be. a
No,
lot
I
of
mean,
work.
we'll untie him eventually. Bring him.
Oh.
Oh, I see your point. No, you're right. We should tie him up. You're right.
And we s- on the throat.
Oh, yes.
He should be used to it given his wife.
All of our adventures.
Yeah.
Being
Who's,
tied up
yeah.
on the throat.
who's holding the concentration on our deer on the other mouse?
Oh, not me.
On the
Not
chamber?
at all.
Oh, that's
Not
Vannon.
anymore. Not anymore.
No,
Oh,
I
no,
know.
Theoden.
But it was me, but
Okay, at this point, Seraphim,
Oh,
poof,
God. Ah!
he pops back out, and he's like, ah!
Oh, right. Yes, sorry, I forgot.
He goes over very slowly to the frozen king and,
I swat his hand away. He's fine.
Master,
Yeah,
There
look,
is-
but don't touch.
no master.
He's no longer your master.
There is no king! No king! Oh!
Heaven's
Calm
sake.
down.
Someone
Stop
please
yelling.
kill him.
He runs
Why
for the
don't I
door.
learn silence? Honestly, he can
Running
go.
for the
I
door.
don't much
Now
care.
he's running for the door.
As he runs
Well, he can
out,
go.
he screams into the night, "There is no king! The
Well, that will
seat
have
is
to be dealt
waiting
with
to be
soon.
taken! The king The king is free.
I think
Kill
we should
him.
Go guiding bolt him out the door.
Okay.
I do need him to stop now.
Okay.
Yeah, we can't have
it
that.
is-
That's no good.
No. Oh no, not one
Oh,
d
it's an extra
210, just
spell,
a
which is
D20.
always one.
Does a 17 hit him?
Our dear Chamberlain, I believe so. Let me double check. that.
Remember, he already has 28 HP gone.
Yes, he does. He is definitely scorched around the edges. Why? Oh, I must already have it open.
Excellent.
He'll be
I
fine.
do have it open. A 14. So yes,
All right. And he'll take 13 dark
it
radiant
knocks him
damage,
from
whatever
behind,
that
and
is.
he falls flat on the ground. He's like, and he's still trying to scutter. You see his tentacle like.
He's still alive. Oh,
Eldritch Blast.
there you go.
Y'all got a lot of damage to do on him. He's gonna just keep running.
Oh, no.
Eldritch Blast.
Okay.
Wait, so he is outside now?
Yeah, he's outside the
Yeah.
door and screaming into the open ether that the king is free.
So what's it? His AC is
Why is that
13.
bad?
His 18 is 14.
Okay, so the first one hits.
Okay.
Um,
I have to do some.
that's 10 plus my charisma bonus, so 14 force damage.
So 90, minus another.
Wait, actually, is it 3? Hold on, it might be 3 bolts
I
at
think
this
you
level.
have 3 at 11, but I also think it already added your charisma to that roll.
Did it?
I think. I'm trying to get
It
it to
doesn't.
It's hard to. I don't think
know.
it did. Because it's from an invocation, not from the core spell.
Oh, so yeah, maybe so.
Yeah, so I have another one to roll.
You do have another one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck him up.
Oh,
Hey!
14.
14 meets, so it hits.
Yes.
Minus
Now
14.
that one might have added. Wait, 9 plus 10.
I think
Oh,
it's
for the
counting the.
crit
It
in
was counting the
your-
28, so it's just the 9.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
so-
Plus 8 charisma damage.
Woo! Another 8, so. Okay, he is still like.
Okay, Seraphim's gonna cast Entangle since he's outside now.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, nice. Slow him down. Okay. He needs a strength save. This would be his strongest feature. He fails. Double 13. My rolls have been garbage tonight. Just garbage. He now is trying to get up, but
No,
it's
thank
like.
you.
And she wants, as it entangles him, she wants to like, it's gonna like wrap vines around his mouth.
It is
Oh,
about.
God, have that. It's
Yeah,
real loud. It's
Theoden,
shrill.
do
He's
wanna-
shrill.
You want to take a
I
gan?
was gonna say, you want a shot?
a
Because
shot
if
at
not,
him?
I'll.
Because if not,
Oh,
some,
boy, what-
Yeah, and
Yeah.
Yeah,
and
the
then she's
Chamberlain.
gonna take her crossbow, which still has elemental damage on it,
Oh,
Hell
nice.
yeah.
and she's just gonna take out her not her crossbow, her short bow. Pardon.
Back.
And
That rat seems so sweet.
You gain advantage on this
know.
attack because he is restrained, so you get the 21. That is a hit.
yay. And that's
4 more piercing damage.
Four,
It thuds
and
in.
then-
It thuds into his big arm.
and then with the
Not my big
lightning
arm.
damage, the
His big arm.
electrocute damage.
Oh,
we've got-
right.
Oh,
Hey,
yeah.
2 more.
He is still standing, and he's like, no, just turn
Well,
me
not
back
really
into
standing, he's
a
like,
rat. Does Theoden want to take a shot at him before anything happens, or do anything?
No.
Trip. You
I
know.
think
One-
I do. I think he's gonna be like, why are we attacking? Why is it a bad thing that he's telling everyone that he's free?
And
He's not telling them that he's free. He's telling them that the seat has been vacated. This place will be swarmed with Fae.
Oh, that's fine. That's not us. That's not
it is
omniscient.
this time that a familiar
Oh,
figure swoops out of the sky, wings ablaze, comes down, and he lobs off the head of the Chamberlain. The blind man, you've seen him before, whose eyes are currently in Lark's pocket, which he is none the wiser of, pulls down, and he told you that if you completed the Queen's request, he would return you to her
Shit.
courts.
Oh, good.
He stands on the outside and looks at all of you. The king is
Who are you?
frozen. He looks your direction, even though his eyes are like bound. He calls himself, because I can't, Revich. He says,
Savage.
I am Revich, the blind seer. I have come to make good on my promise to all of you to return you to the courts. It seems you have
Are
been.
you a celestial?
Onward.
Yes.
Bound to the queen?
bound to bringing balance to this place and the Lords of Light.
Could you give us a moment?
He puts his hands on his ears.
No,
We shut the door.
We just need to go back inside for a we left some. We'll be right. Just
I'll just
hang
blast him
tight.
from like 600 feet away. Like I was
that's
inside.
true.
The whole time.
I was at the entrance,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
still.
Oh, he's okay. Yeah, he says, "Why, of course. I do not need my eyes to track you."
I no, wouldn't dream of running anyway. Shall we?
Yes.
All right, Lark. What's it going to be? What's the plan for the orb?
First, get his buttons.
I'll start.
Yeah, pluck, 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 pluck.
Easy enough. Yeah.
Second, we have what she truly seeks.
Dare we give it to her?
No.
She'll be
Dare we
unbeatable.
use it ourselves?
I start to attune the orb.
Okay, you are going to attune to the orb.
Are you certain that the curse has been broken? Are you
If it's
content
not, stab
to be
me.
here?
We do know how to.
Suppose. That's a fair point.
I believe attunement takes 24 hours.
Oh, she's a big attuner.
Hang on.
All right.
Let's check and see. Every adventure holds, yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Hand of magic item casting identify spell can give you its additional properties. Yes, of course. Requires you to spend an entire short rest concentrating on it, so 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Oh, that's not too bad.
No, and I get some spell slots back too, so.
Yeah.
Small miracles.
So you would not be able to spend the hit die because you're attuning, but you can take that downtime at least an hour. So you will have to attune to it for an hour. Does everybody wait?
Give us a moment, and then we take an hour.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, right. That's what I was just that.
I will only say because he will come check while she attunes.
Right,
Maybe we
that's-
all have to use the restroom. He doesn't know.
And
What's an hour to a timeless being, right?
let us
Right.
not forget, the king will also come out of his whole person.
Oh, he's tied up.
The king
We
is.
tied him up.
Oh, y'all bound the king? Oh my god.
Yeah, we're gonna talk to
Oh
him.
yeah,
well, they're
because
gonna
he's
talk to him.
probably
I'm
been
attuning.
out of. Yeah, he's probably been out of the whole person for a little while now. It was only
Okay.
last a minute. So.
Okay.
But yeah, we tied him up.
Yeah, he sits there tied to his throne in silence as he watches you intently for the hour that you attempt to attune to this item. He
I
knows
would
what's
like
coming.
to talk to him and ask what's going to happen. Whether or not he wants to tell me is entirely up to him.
You could roll a persuasion check.
I think I will do that.
He will be a bit more amenable now.
I think I will also.
You did do the one thing that he was wanted, which is to be freed, and you
Yeah.
did in fact free him. So
I'm
And we didn't kill
going
him
to cast a lure on myself before I go over to talk to him, so that when I get to this part where I'm trying to ask him about the thing, I can get a little assistance. Oh, where is my roll 20? Here we go. Oh, I can click this one. Persuasion. Oh no. Okay, I at least do get a little bonus though.
okay.
Oh my
Okay,
god, I,
gonna
got an
give you
11.
I was about to say I was going to give you the advantage, so a 13 technically.
Oh, a 13 then.
He laughs with a very different kind of posh demeanor. The effects of the
Oh.
madness have dissipated, and he says, "Oh, you are so quaint. Don't you know that there have been ancient rules of prohibition long before any of you walked this place?" He says, "This land holds a much deeper bond. A prohibition against harming the king in any way from his sworn oath to remain in this tower. If your friend attunes to that item, she will become the next Moonlit King, and she will be bound to this place."
Big yikes.
I mean, I am going to go running to Lark, and I'm not going to stop her attuning because that's not my business, but I'm going to tell her.
Fine. What if we attune outside of the place? Will I be pulled here?
Your madness will bring you back here. You will slowly drift away as I did, into your mind, into the shadows.
How long before that happens, though?
It has been so long. I have been the Mad King for many, many decades.
Decades? Who was your predecessor?
Oh, there was no one before me.
Uh-huh.
And he laughs, he says, oh, right. Decades in your time. Time here in the Plains of Shadows is different. What is one day here are 14 there.
Oh, that's a long time.
I imagine that you have all been gone many, many months.
Could the burden be shared?
Burden of Moonlit King shared amongst... I'm not exactly sure how. And
Well,
would she allow for such things to take place?
She would not have to know.
Though you all wear the stench of her power. She will take it from you. Be prepared.
Not if we left it with you. She cannot take it from you, as I understand it.
But I can't take it from you either. It was not a gift from me.
How much power remains in you?
All the power that was there before the orb.
So to take it back from Lark, you would have to draw her blood.
She is not attuned yet. But once she is, yes, you must draw her blood. And then it starts again.
And we could allow you time to attune and return periodically to grant you reprieves in exchange for assistance.
I would die before I was the Moonlit King again.
Do you know how to take Zoroastra's power away from her?
No, that is far outside my knowledge. She kept such things close to her. But... I imagine that only weapons given by her can harm her. But she stands at the level of a god. To even consider such a thing would be a detriment to you and everyone that you love.
I very actively am not looking at Lark when he calls her a god.
I see.
Seraphine's gonna be like, ah!
It doesn't
So I
matter.
pocket the orb and start walking outside.
Yeah.
And I go back to where I buried the dagger.
You pull up the loose dirt, and there it is, kind of underneath.
Wait. I wonder. I poke the orb with it.
No luck. The orb takes no damage.
Fine. Pocket the orb and the dagger. God damn it.
What happens if you... Are you at all near me, or are you out in the woods?
Well, I was in the cave with where the Celestials used to be.
Right.
So I'm not far. I've come back now.
Okay. I think... Well, after, I guess, knowing this information, I wonder if you were to draw blood with that dagger. What that would do.
Oh.
He says the laws of the lands would have to be changed for the curse to not be active anymore. The prohibition
Sounds
is
like
against...
the curses.
Yeah.
How would we go about changing such a thing?
I will talk to the queen. Let's see. I'll talk to her. And
He looks over, he
maybe
says
we'll be
it
able
would
to-
be on Sarastra and ancient rule to be rewrit. No small
Easy.
feat. He says, but as long as there is no Moonlit King, those buttons that you all possess. You know, his coat's like open because all of his buttons are
Right,
on.
just hanging.
He says the buttons...
How hot is he?
Oh, he hot. He's hot. He's hot now that he's not like, crystal.
Lark gets an eyeful. Maybe I should have gone for the father.
Yeah, he's like, I imagine, because he's a shadow, he has no chest hair. He's very barren and sleek and handsome. He probably brushes his luscious locks back from like the greasy state they were once in, and he tries to readjust his collar and rebutton his things.
I cast prestidigitation to get the full effect.
There, full effect. He's
There you go.
a dungeon daddy for sure, and so he he kind of looks
Nice.
at all of you, and he says, "But as long as there is no king, those buttons mean nothing. There must be a king for the crest to be relevant. Sarastra seeks it for herself."
Well, we know
Wait,
that.
if Sarastra takes the orb of misrule or the orb of rule, would she not be bound here?
She is already bound to this place. She's the queen of night and magic. All she
I meant
would do-
this tower.
No. She would, in fact, be able to walk freely as she does already.
She made it?
Does she know there is no king?
Not unless the words have got out and her dragonites were listening to the Chamberlain. Somebody call high or low.
Hi.
Okay, got 2 highs. Okay, it's high. It's over 50. Okay. In your favor, she does not know yet.
Just
Glad it was a 50-50 shot. Okay.
He says there is another option. Though it would be
Yes.
bring great disarray to the courts.
I'm listening.
She would hunt you. At least our son would.
Bring it.
You could assure the orb goes to no one. It would assure her power does not double, and there would no longer be a moonlit king of the courts.
Could we take it out of this realm?
As long as it's not attuned. Yes. I can't imagine so.
Do you have a way of getting us out of here?
I can get you out of her courts, but I do not have the power, at least not anymore, to take you from the realm itself.
won't be leaving yet anyway. We have, and I look at Lark, other business to attend to before we leave this place.
He says, but you do not have to worry. Without a king, the queen cannot rise to take the free city of Zobeck. She has lost that contract written long ago, as long as there is no king.
It appears that we have a choice to make. My plans now mean nothing. What do you suppose the rest of us, what do the rest of you suppose we do?
Well, I mean, your plans don't mean anything maybe right now. But I don't know. I haven't really been much the planner in all this. But, you know, it seems if we can get the orb out of her court, maybe back somewhere where she can't get it, her not having her power doubled seems like a good start.
Remember, she is only powerful here, in the
There
place in
are-
which she rules. The plane.
Otherwise, she has to act through people like Venom, correct?
Yes. Or send out her Shadow Fae amongst the plane of shadows, which is not safe for them as it is not safe for you. But there is always light in the darkness. You cannot have shadow without it. Far on the other side of the realm, there's a glade. A place.
Oh, the bear people glade.
Yes, the bear folk.
Terrific.
They are powerful druids. They often seek to bring balance to the plane of shadows. They may know what you can do with this orb, a place to keep it safe, if this is what you choose. And I understand if I must die bound to this throne. I played her game all those years ago, and I lost.
We're not leaving you bound here. You're as much a pawn as the rest of us.
And he says, and if you want to get under her skin, not killing me is a fast and sure way to do it.
You said earlier that he is as powerful as he was before the orb.
Mm-hmm.
And we all seemed to nod along as if we knew what that meant. Do we?
That's a great question. Why don't you roll for an Actually, if anybody has anybody looked at the orb? This will answer your question. If you know what power the orb has, you know what power he no longer
that's
has.
a
I mean, I've been staring at it for almost an hour.
I'll
Yeah,
let you
you're
take an
trying to-
advantage on an Arcana check on it, and if anybody
you go.
helps you, you know.
Oh, that's like a me roll.
You know that it seems to turn into some kind of flail, that it does manifest into a weapon, and it seems to
Right.
be and somehow tied to the moon.
I guess well, that's not really true.
Your Majesty, if you don't mind, now that you're, not tied to this place, and you're not technically the king, and you're looking very nice and all, but you seem to look very powerful. I guess. Can you still do stuff?
Yes, I am a very powerful, sorcerer, in fact. Fae, but I am still able to affect certain things. Cast basic spells up to level 6.
Oh, he's as powerful as we are.
Yeah, he's not going to be my new patron then. Never mind.
It's level 6 or 7, but a lot of his really important stuff, which were like his lair actions and those kind of things, those were tied to
Right.
here. Like his aura of madness, which you didn't get to see, that was tied to like the madness
Right.
of the sphere. But he says, but that is a very, very powerful weapon.
I have an idea.
We don't need to use that. Oh, please, because my idea just went out the window when he said he couldn't cast plane shift.
The Black Prince. Isn't it only right that he inherit the throne of his father?
Oh, how interesting. And we already know he'll be coming after us if we...
He will, won't he?
That would sure to keep her courts in somewhat of an order, but to shovel her plan of gaining double the power.
And
Very
it
confused.
serves me well as revenge. Yes, Theoden.
So, her not having the orb gives her double power?
No,
Or someone being
if she
attuned gives
takes
her double power?
if she takes the orb, she gets double the power.
She gets double power. So she made
Because she
this
becomes
orb
King and queen.
for her husband, the king.
No,
And
Did
bound
she make the orb or-
she had the orb created. This is what you got. She
Created.
had it created and bound a curse to it that pulled on rule of the land.
Ah,
Right? So the rule of the land said you cannot spill the king's blood. And she created a curse bound to the rule of the land that said,
as long as...
yeah,
got it,
as
got
long
it.
as. And then she tied him here so she doesn't have to deal with him except for one season out of the year.
Right.
Yeah.
for the second season of the show.
Right. But Lark has a good point. He turns to you and says, yes, my son. He is power hungry. He would be sure to take it.
He is foolish, isn't he?
He has always been foolish.
I like him when he's sane.
I like this idea a lot.
I do too.
Because who would want to hurt their son? You know? Unless she's that mad.
I mean, have you met her?
Oh, yes.
I think we have a plan to be going on with.
We do.
He says, well, if you don't mind, I'd like to go so I can locate my daughter and assure we never have to come back to this place.
You
Could we...
I can't blame him.
No, I certainly can't either. Could we... No, we have the buttons. Never mind.
Yes, you have the buttons.
Button,
So
who's
the
got the
buttons are useful once you seat him.
What about the second orb he had?
That was a scrying orb, like it's like a telecommunication thing. That's all that was.
Yeah. Well, what are we going to tell the eyeless one?
Well, you have his eyes. Maybe if you gave them back, he'd do
I
something.
have his
in
what?
return. His eyes?
Oh my goodness, that's who those belong
Those are
to?
his eyes?
Oh my.
Lark goes outside. What did you say your name was?
I'm Revich, the
Revich.
blind seer.
Would you like to not be blind? And I hold out the eyes.
What are you doing? What are you holding up?
There's, yeah, Actually, he looks right at your hands as if he could see through the gauze that covers his eyes. And he pauses for a moment and goes to his knees as he reaches out for them.
Two things first.
Always the tea.
I'm not opposed to giving you back your eyes, but we need two things. A lift to the glade of the bear folk, and you to leave this realm and tell no one of what has transpired.
For me to leave this place.
Yes.
Fine.
Of course. Can you leave this place and take us with you?
I cannot leave the plane of shadow. It requires magics that I do not possess.
All right. So what else can you do for us?
Can you leave the court though? Can you live just outside the court?
Yes, I imagine, knowing what I'm knowing, I will be exiled. And he says,
Yes, so could you just give us a lift to the bear people and then just not come back to the court? Could you do that?
Yes.
I can try to move all of us as close as I can get, but I can tell you something else.
Yes.
Where your parents are.
Where are they?
He said, she lied to you. She's never held them captive. She exiled them years ago. They have wandered the plane of shadow since.
Are they blinded as well?
No, she did not put them through such suffering. She did not want them anywhere near her courts. She thought it would be funnier for them to perish amongst the plane of shadow.
Do they live?
That I do not know. But I can tell you they were sent away from here in complete health.
Do you know where?
I do not. And I imagine that I may not be the best person to help you get to where you're headed. I am a celestial after all. I am also bound to this place. I know nothing of navigating the black rivers or the roads.
I hold out my baby celestial. Yo, can you help free this thing?
She goes, no, I'm bound here too. She called me.
I don't know what you're talking about. You keep saying this. I don't even know who you are. You just showed up one day.
He says, but I have a friend.
Mm-hmm. Pocket it.
He says, I have a friend. Let me go, and I will keep your secrets. And I will assure that you have appropriate help.
Honestly, good enough for me, right?
It's a good start.
How about the rest of you?
I'm on board.
Enough to be going on with, more than we've had for
Yes,
some
yeah.
time.
And he says, I will find you a guide. I will meet you outside her castle, her gate, her castle walls, her gates. There is only one way back, of course. He says, until then, I will, well, I guess I can do this much. And he looks in. Do y'all release the king or do you leave him?
Great question.
I have a vote for release. What about you?
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
Yeah, I don't want to keep him. I feel bad about that.
Great.
Besides,
Gone.
from what I understand, he's real good looking. So
Yeah,
Yeah, he's hot.
he's hot. He runs off
Which means you're
into
allowed to
the
be
Shadow
free, I
Plains to go
He's just-
try to save his daughter.
Yeah,
you do know
great.
that much. But Revich reaches down and rises up and scoops all of you up with magic.
Ooh.
Yep, whoop, in flight, and lifts you up and across the labyrinth. You can see from atop of it, no problem. And you are dropped at a door that stands at the end of a long pathway made of stars. It leads back to, not the palace necessarily, but back to the grounds, right? Her palace grounds, so that you can attempt your escape or your plot against the her son, whatever it is, but we'll have to find out next week because I just realized we're actually over time.
Ooh, yeah.
Damn it.
Damn it!
Okay, we had to get
so-
out of that tower. We had to figure
Oh,
out
I
what
give
we
him
were
back
doing
his
to get
eyes.
away.
Oh
too,
yeah, and he
like-
does. He takes them very willingly. And when he
Is
delivers
he hot?
He's kind of hot. Well, I guess that
Probably.
depends on what your vibe is.
He's a celestial.
Yeah, he's a
he's hot.
celestial.
I asked a question.
Yeah. Let's see. Where's Revich? I'll show you Revich. He's kind of monkly.
You have to see him.
Oh, did y'all see him? Well, I guess there.
Oh yeah, we saw him before.
No.
Yeah.
He's pretty basic. Let's be real.
Yeah, let's be.
He's pretty basic.
Basic.
He's pretty basic. Well.
Oh wow, normal chord. Holy shit.
Heyo.
Yeah. Whoa.
Okay.
Next week, we
Am I
will
even ready for
be
that?
finishing this up, figuring out what they're gonna do with the orb. Are they gonna try to frame or trap the Queen's son, and how they do that? I guess we'll have to find out next week. But let's quickly go around. Y'all tell everybody who you are, where we can find you, and we're gonna go backwards, putting Sephi in the hot seat.
Hello, I'm Persephone, aka Persephoros, and I can be found wherever fine Persephoros are found, which is Twitter, Twitch, TikTok, YouTube, maybe soon. But anyway, I do a lot of TTRPG content, and I'm also a variety streamer here on Twitch. I do a lot of fun stuff, so just give me a follow.
Heyo, Myth.
Hello, it's me, Myth, or Cord, or Mythomatic, or whatever, wherever you want to follow me. Make sure it's Mythomatic. I am a role player, voice actor, partnered streamer here on Twitch. I also am the Dungeon Master of Table Stories Spellwind, which happens every Wednesday at 4 p.m. EST. We'll be on the front page for the next 2 months, which I'm super excited about.
Ooh.
So stop on by, check us out. This was awesome. I really had a lot of fun today. And trying, because I really wanted to, I was like trying to, if I got the charm off, then I was going to be able to kiss him. And then my character has a lot of like incubus, succubus magic, which I thought would have been really cool to try out.
Oh, that would have been awesome.
Well, there are
Yeah.
more lips in the
yeah.
court,
Right,
not just
exactly.
the kings.
Yeah. He's definitely like an incubus sort of style bard and incubus magic. So it's very much sort of that. Anyway, this was awesome, and I was really excited to try that. We always can later. Thank you so much for having me. This is wonderful. Thank you, Kobold Press. Thank you, Dot. Thank you, everybody, for playing with me. And thanks for watching.
Fox.
Hey everybody, I'm Rockette Fox, and this is actually not the king. Surprise, surprise. This is either Loki or Salem. They are both identical, so I can't really tell all the time. But yeah, you can find me in all of the Rockette Fox places, most often on Instagram and my Twitch channel, though, where a lot of the time I'm playing Biomutant, which is a very fun, also animal-based game. But today I was doing Minecraft, so a lot of things happen. Sometimes live art, sometimes who knows. It's a mixed
It's so cuddly. I can't get over it.
bag. My babies. But yeah, so come hang out. And I also have a podcast called Fantastically Strange. It's both fantastic and strange and for your ear holes. So give that a try. And also on Thursday nights, I'm over on Sirenscape channel for Cyberpunk Red Weekly, which is also fun. So come hang out.
Nice. Very nice. Last but certainly not least.
Hello. Hi, everybody. I'm Eugenio. You can find me on Twitter and here on Twitch at DM Jazzy Hands. What's going on? Tomorrow, I am streaming on my channel. Come by. We are nearing endgame of Mass Effect 3. I know I've been saying that for weeks. Turns out one of those DLCs was much longer.
Much longer, yeah.
It's a lot. It's a lot.
It's a lot. It's fine.
It's really
I've
a lot.
enjoyed it. It's a lot. So come by and hang out. Tomorrow in particular is going to be my one-day little charity drive for Charity Water, really awesome organization that works with local organizations around the world to provide the infrastructure to have clean water serve those communities. Something like, I think it's $40 basically is enough to provide the infrastructure to provide clean water to one person, and 10,000 can do it for an entire community. So I'm raising money for them tomorrow during my stream. Come hang out. You know, I'm weird about money, but like, you don't have to give donations to help out and hang out. You can just be there. You can share the tweets about the fundraiser and all that stuff. I would appreciate it.
What time are you streaming?
I start at 2 p.m. Eastern tomorrow, and we'll go for about 4 hours. If we hit certain milestones, I'm giving away some copies of Fizban's Treasury of Dragons, because I got a bunch of copies for that because I wrote on it. So we're going to give away some of those. So come hang out. I'm going to let Dot talk about other stuff that I'm doing, because I don't know what that is. So I'll just say that also on Sunday, Rivals of Waterdeep, I'm one of the co-DMs over there. Come check us out. We are on episode 8 this coming week. Then we have a week off. We do episode 9, and then our season 11 finale is going to be live at PAX Unplugged on Friday night. So if anybody's going to be there for PAX Unplugged, come by our live show. Our live finale on Friday night at 8. Yeah, that's
awesome. Me. And I'm Dot, y'all. I'm your resident Kobold Twitch streamer here, making it happen. We've got a lot of things going on right now. Most importantly, Kickstarter closes on Wednesday. Some of the content that I even dropped tonight about the Glade and the Bearfolk, this is all coming out of the brand new Eventide's Kickstarter, which is a setting book for the Plane of Shadows. So some things are coming down the pipeline. We're gonna hopefully get just a little peeky sneak, but you can get your hands on it if you go back to Kickstarter. So get over there. Actually, I should probably drop a link in chat. There you go. Boom. Nailed it. If you like what we are playing, Courts of the Shadowfey is a module available to you, an entire campaign setting. You can go get
It bears no resemblance to this.
Yeah, it's surprisingly enough, y'all have done pretty good. There've been a few things we've like skirted past for time and stuff, but like all in all,
yeah.
Though taking the orb, not an option in the module.
Not an option.
Really?
Very like usually it's like it gives options for like if your player decides to like take up the mantle, if they take it back to the queen, but like actually just absconding and nobody attuning with it.
Nope.
There are no plans for that whatsoever. So
I love it.
So there are some parameters around like if there is no king, she doesn't get the power, so forth and so on. But
right,
this will be very interesting. I love that the last choice was the most important one. Yes, come back here, starting. Well, of course, we'll be back here Monday. But in 2 weeks, we're kicking up some new shows, including a run of Empire of the Ghouls. So we have a brand new show coming. That's going to be running through February. So we've got an extended run of the Empires of the Ghoul campaign. And very special, if you want to catch more Rivals of Waterdeep, you can, I'm sorry, The Last Refuge. You can come over. Yeah, I'm like, my brain.
What are we doing?
We're not. I'm talking about The Last Refuge. I'm talking about The Last Refuge. If you want more Last Refuge, you can come back here starting at the end of the month on Wednesday nights. We're going to be running a Northlands campaign of Midgard. So if you like Vikings and cold weather and giants and furry dwarves, boy howdy, you can come check out Loki trying to bring on Ragnarok a little early. And we're going to be doing it using the new VTT called One More Multiverse. So we'll be using an 8-bit VTT, which is going to be a lot of fun, and we'll be doing an all voiceover stream. So it should be pretty cool since we got some podcast friends with us. So yeah. I think those are the big things. Yes. The big things I have right now. But again, we'll be back. Same Kobold time, same Kobold channel next week. And if you want to learn a little bit about what we have planned for the Northlands campaign called Fimbulwinter, you swing by on Wednesday for Kobold Chats. And I'll be actually breaking open and building some of our setting inside of the One More Multiverse. So you can see that in action. It should be very, very cool.
Yeah.
Those are the things, the important things. We will be at PAX U. We got our booth number today. I think it's 3131. Don't hold me to that. I will get that for you on Wednesday, but we have a booth and a number, and when Dot has that number, I will give it to you. Until then, I hope to see you at PAX U, and if nothing else, we'll see you back here, same Kobold time, same Kobold channel next week. Bye, everybody.